What's up, y'all? We're back on the video. Um, I don't know. Well, anyways, I wanted to talk about. I just didn't title. I want to talk about relationships. It's probably like my last video about them, only because I'm kind of want to go back into Christianity and stuff like that. So it will be talked about. Just like probably not gonna be like you're not gonna see that many uploads about it. Basically. So, but I guess when I was trying to start it off, keeping it honest, bro. Well, I was sitting in my car today and I was like I was just talking to myself. And honestly, I really wish I recorded it, but at the same time, like there's no point. But I was recording myself. I was talking to myself and I was kind of going to depth about like how much I love God. And I was basically talking about how I love him so much, but I have like I have a piss poor way of showing it, like I'll say I love him, but then like I'll go and do things that kind of contradict that. And it's not even outside the world, it'll just be in my own home where I'll sin, and like I'll just do things that just kind of contradict like how much I love him. I don't know if y'all know, I don't even know if I said this before, but I'm a lustful guy. Like I'm lustful. It's bad. I'm trying to get better at it, right? But like I do like girls. I like them a lot. And I was talking to myself about that, how much I like girls. And I was saying like if I'm lustful, how can I be like and I say I love God so much, like how can I be able to like love a girl in the right way without idolizing them if I'm lustful, right? So my like I'm thinking about it and I'm like shit, like I really don't think I'm even in the right fit to even be like trying to date. Not only because I'm lustful, but the way I view relationships as it is just kind of like I don't even think like a girl would even want to be with me. Um like I know people using this like terminology strict program. I guess I got one of those. When it comes to like I overthink. There's some things that I just won't allow to happen in a relationship. Shit, bro. And then I see things for what they really are when other people can just gloss over them without batting an eye and like, you know what? Like it's fine. Like that's not that big a deal. When for me, while it ain't that big a deal, I'm seeing it for what it could lead to. One day we arguing and you think you got the upper hand, so you start talking crazy to me, thinking that you're better than me or whatever. Shit. Some people may use that, may think that's just a bad conversation. That's just a bad argument. But I understand that people, when they get mad, they say how they truly feel. They say all the things they've been keeping hidden because they want to protect your emotions. But when things hit the fan, they want to start seeking how they really feel. That's how I'm thinking about it. If we arguing and you say something like that, I'm gonna leave you because I realize that you don't really respect me for who I'm trying to be and who I already am. And you think because you get some ground, some foundation in your arguments that you can talk down on me shows me that you don't understand the value of a human being, which is I'm just as valuable as you are. We are equals in this situation. And if you think that you are better than me, you really don't get it. That's just one of the ways I view things. But some girls aren't gonna want that type of pressure while they're in a relationship because arguments are going to happen. I understand that. And what if I get in a let's say the girl I'm with happens to be a very argumentative person. Well, one, shit, she's not gonna be with me. I'm not gonna be with someone who's argumentative. But let's say she's really emotional when she argues and she gets mad. She's gonna be stepping on eggshells that entire conversation. And she's probably gonna feel forced to not say certain things that she wants to say because she's worried how it's gonna make me feel. Which is like, yeah, but not every girl wants to be like that. They don't they some girls want they want the freedom to say however they want and do whatever they please. I was with a girl like that. She wanted me to just be okay with whatever she did. But I'm the type of nigga that has order and structure when I come into a relationship. I like to better the girl I'm with. Some people say they love each other, right? But they don't really want to show it. They don't really want to tell. They don't really want to show it. You tell somebody you love them, that literally means sometimes, bro, you're gonna have to leave them because you can't be what they want you to be, or they ain't gonna be what you want them to be. And that's some humble ass shit. I had to leave a girl because of that. I'm gonna tell you how it was right now. I'm a Christian, very well known. She a Christian. She wants to support things that Christians ain't supposed to support. Keep it a bean. She wants to support the gay community. No diss to the LGBTQ community. It ain't about y'all. But she wants to support something that Christians are not supposed to support. She was with me. She wants me to be okay with that. She no, but it's whatever. She wants to make changes about herself. That I told her, like, I don't prefer girls this way. If you do that, I'm just gonna leave. That may sound crazy to a lot of people, but you gotta understand, if you make it clear to your preferences in girls and the girl you with wants to change that about herself, what makes you them think that I'm gonna want to stay with her? That doesn't make any sense. I don't want to stay with you. You're not what I want to be with. You look good, you're pretty as it is, but why would I want to stay with you if you're gonna change the very things that made me attracted to you in the first place? She's crossed certain boundaries. Asked me if she could stay. She could hang out with her guy friend at the park by herself. Told her no. She said, I feel like you should give me the same amount of trust as I give you. You go to your homegirl's house to get your hair braided. Why can't I? So and I trust you, even though girls can be sneaky. That's crazy cool. It's my boundary. Secondly, they got some fucking business. I don't like. That's so different. Me and her ain't hanging out. She do my hair. I pay her. I dip, and that's it. It's two different things, but it's a boundary that I have and you don't. Respect mine or kick rocks and find somebody else who's gonna let you do that. But I love you enough to leave you because I understand I can't be the nigga you want me to be. I refuse to because I'm not gonna submit to you because you're a girl. Secondly, you're a human being because I wouldn't even submit to a dude. Like you know. But really, because you're a girl, you have no authority right now. Like you're not my wife. I'm not gonna listen to you. You're not even God. I'm not gonna submit to you. There's no reason for me to do that. But people keep saying, "Oh, I love you," but people don't really understand what it really means to love somebody. Sometimes you got to do the hard part and leave. Because some people think that giving up ain't love. Sometimes giving up is preservation of self. You love yourself so much that you understand this relationship ain't for you. You got to go off. You got to go off and find somebody else, or love yourself enough to realize, damn, like people ain't gonna do what I need them to do for me to be happy. So I'm gonna give myself the happiness that I need and deserve, so I can still be there for other people. That's the stuff I have to tell myself a lot. I love girls, I really do. But sometimes, bro, I be seeing them for what they really are, and they say they really a distraction. Jesus was 34, his entire life single, gave his entire life to God, bro. Why can't I not do the same thing? Why shouldn't I do the same thing? I may not get married. This whole narrative of like I date to marry is so stupid to me. I've never been on a date with a girl. Never in my life have I been on a date with a girl. 18 years old. I tell myself every time with a girl, I'm gonna take this girl on a date. I'm gonna go on a date. I'm gonna take this girl on a date. But it never happens. If I can't take a girl on a date, what makes me think that I'm gonna get married? Not saying if I can't accomplish one thing, I'm not gonna accomplish another. That's not the narrative here. The narrative is you keep saying you're gonna do something, but it never happens because there's no guarantee that it's gonna happen. So stop saying you're gonna do certain things that have no literal guaranteed outcome, and just live life in the moment with the person you're with and just figure it out. But me telling myself I date to marry is so it's just a fantasy, and it makes no sense because you don't even have to get married. And on top of that, what I'm lustful, right? I'm lustful. What if that marriage it becomes an idolization and I lose God the entire time? I don't want to be in a marriage where the marriage is more important than my walk with Christ. Not even the relationship I'm in. That is crazy that I have to like think that way because of all the girls that they say they're gonna do something for me, but they turn around and show another. Because actions are bigger than words. So many girls, I'm gonna give you the relationship that you want. I know you want a relationship with God, like you want a relationship um with me and with God. You want it together. I can give you that. I'm gonna show up for you. I'll never cheat. I'll never lie. I'll always be there for you. We can be friends. Da 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 da. But they never show up because they can't, because they're not intellectually honest enough to understand that they are not who they like. They're not the person that they're thinking that they can be for me. And I'm not trying to come from an egocentric place, but this is just me giving you the personal details of the girls I've been with, and how I'm always the one showing up for them because I can, because I know I can, and they think that they can just reciprocate it just by saying they will, but in whole time they cannot. And that's a problem. That why are there people like that? Because they see some dude with a high value and they're like, oh, you know what? I need to live up to like, bro, no, bro, just be yourself. And that's the thing. They are being themselves. I'm never gonna fix somebody. I'm never gonna do that. I can help you understand why this one situation you got going on, why this one part of your personality is a problem. But sometimes but every girl I've been with, it's their whole personality as to why they are the way they are. And I refuse to fix that. I am not Jesus. I cannot fix you. That is not my calling. I'm here to help others and give eternal investments and hopefully like change people's lives for the better. And also to call myself to a higher calling than what I'm calling to myself right now. But I'm not gonna fix somebody because that's not who I am. If you seek something, I'm not gonna do that. It's not what I'm gonna do. It's such a waste of time that I don't have. I'm on fire right now. Like I don't stutter when I'm making points too, bro. This is exactly how I was talking to myself in the car. I love God, bro. I really do. I love him to death. I really do. I would, bro, literally. If I had to die for God, I would really do it. I would hesitate. Okay, hang on. I would hesitate. Let's be realistic here. I would hesitate, but I love God a lot. But sometimes I make choices that contradict that, and I feel irritated by that. One time, a girl was trying, was getting at me, and I told her like, "No, I'm okay. It ain't you. It's actually me. I'm a very lustful person. I understand that I lust and I repent shamelessly. God took the shame away from me. If you was to come to my life and I'm still lusting, so much shame is gonna be in my life because that's so much guilt of me not making the right choice by not being with you and working on myself by instead of being with you and working on myself. I can't be with somebody and then keep lusting because then that's bad and that's so much shame in that. I know myself well enough to understand I cannot lust and have a girlfriend at the same time because that's just bad. That creates chaos. But some girls don't want to be that way with me. They got their own problems. They know they can't live up to what I want them to be. I want this type of relationship, but they can't do that. They can't do that. I don't understand why we can't have that type of freaking community, that type of honesty. Right? Like I don't understand that. That's why I always come out on top when I'm in a relationship. It's like a freaking tectonic plates. You got they don't align. I'm never aligned with the girls I'm with. They're never aligned. That's why when they collide, it creates chaos, right? I understand why I'm here, right? For my 18 years of living, I understand why I'm here, how I'm here, and what to do while I'm here. The girls I get with, and by the way, yes, this could take some like improvements on my part. It's the girls I know it's the girls I get with. I understand that. And I don't be seeing it for what it is until later on. Sometimes I see it for what it is at the moment. I'm like, you know what? I can change her because I came from a white knight syndrome mentality a couple years back. I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling now. I'm chilling now. But the ones that I didn't see at the time of, I'm seeing it later on. I'm like, dang, like I'm falling in love with who they used to be and who I used to think they would become while they're already showing me in the moment who they are. And it's clear to me that I'm better than them, not in an egocentric place, but when it comes to experience, wisdom, and just life itself, I get it, and they don't. I've been with girls who are way more successful than me, money wise, all that good shit. Like they got the careers in place and everything. But I had to leave them because they're not there. They're just not there. They're just not where they need to be at. You got a whole bunch of money, great, but you ain't got no emotional integrity. You ain't got no emotional secureness. You anxious attachment fuck. Why am I the one having to? Why am I having to tell you what it is you got going on? I'm younger than you, and I see it for what it is. Like what the? Like what the heck? It's so stupid. You should be ashamed of yourself that you're not like you. You're 20. You know who you are, bro. You're 23 years old, and I was 17 at the time. I'm having to tell you what it is, bro, and you gonna come crying to me about it? Like that's so stupid. That don't make no sense. But I have to deal with that. I have to suffer chipping away at myself for you because you don't know where you are in life. You don't know where you're at. I don't know if I'm talking too loud, bro. My stuff keeps going freaking red. I don't know. That's like not, that's so unfair. Why can't I don't, but yeah, anyways, I personally don't think I'm gonna be able to be in a proper relationship. The girls that will come across my way, they're not gonna fuck with me. They're just not. I see things in a just a very unique way. A lot of people don't agree with the way I view things. I'd leave a girl if they cut their hair, if they like, oh, bro. I had a conversation with my homegirl about this. I told her that I would leave my girlfriend if she got a pixie cut because I don't like girls with short hair. I just don't like girls with pixie cuts. Like, it's not my type. They pretty though. I've seen. Hey, there's some fine ones. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like that shit. My homegirl told me I was crazy and that I was like a bad nigga, and she told me she was gonna tell all the girls to stay away from me because I'm the type of dude to leave my girlfriend for changing something that I don't prefer. I don't understand how that's crazy. I really don't. But people don't see it that way. People see like I'm shallow and I shouldn't, I don't deserve a girlfriend. Cool. I don't give a fuck. Like I really don't care. It doesn't bother me, but that's the type of stuff that I understand that people will not fuck with, and that's why I'm saying I just don't think that I'm gonna be fitted for a relationship. I see things for what they really are. An argument, I'm gonna analyze, I overthink. Not in an emotional way, not in an anxious way. I overthink to make sure I ain't tripping, to make sure I understand what every single part of the situation happened. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. Let me make sure your tone wasn't kind of shifted in. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure I didn't say anything crazy. You know, I'm careful because I know one slip up, then this is gonna be right back to square one with the first girl I was ever with, and I was low, and I don't want to ever get back to that point. The last girl I was with brought me back to that same position. I refused, and I was conscious this time, and I'm confidently saying I would never be back in that position ever again. Anybody that gives me a lick of that type of like treatment that she gave me, bro. No, bro, I'm not being with her. She wasn't a bad girlfriend, but she was not a good like. But she just wasn't a good girlfriend. Like she was just a piss poor choice. All them freaking drawings you want to put on your like social media, like that's crazy. Like Grace, that's crazy cool. Like you look like you got good talent, but at the center of it, you was never what I needed. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to all the girls. You know, like even one of these girls you talk to, freaking like she has a whole boyfriend and she starts following me out of nowhere. What are you doing? Go with your nigga, bro. Like why am I in your head when you got a whole nigga? That's a problem. That's weird. And that's the type of girls I get with. And that's bad on my part. It's a reflection of me. But I'm better now. I'm up. Like they're a reflection of who I used to be on me. I can't wait to see the girl. I mean, shit, the two girls I was talking to last time that I talked about in my freaking video are a reflection of who I am now. You didn't hear me say nothing crazy about how I was like you don't I wasn't low when I was with them. I'm the way I am right now. And somehow they both liked me. But I ain't like them, and I'm still single. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's never gonna be a girl that I'm gonna meet that's gonna fuck with the way I am right now. And shit, if this version of me never changes, I'm never gonna complain about it. I fuck with it heavy. I'd rather be single and give my entire like all my faith into God, bro, than giving a single ounce of it to my girlfriend or my wife, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I really would. I promise you on that one. I can't. I just don't know. Putting your emotions into relationships is like the stupidest thing I can do. Because as soon as you do that, oh, you pretty much that's when you start losing things. You know. maybe all this stuff was coming from a place of hurt. Maybe it is. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't feel hurt. I don't, and I don't make all my points about relationships about one girl. I'm just using it as all the girls I've ever been with are a reflection of how I am now. All the things I'm talking about are a reflection of all the girls I've been with in the past. You get what I'm trying to say? It ain't just about one girl. If it was about one girl, I'd probably like agree. Like maybe I am hurt about it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes though, bro, you gotta leave. Be saying I love you, but you don't really know what that means. My parents tell me all the time, you say you love a girl, but you don't really know what love looks like or what it really means. I still don't know what that shit means. But I understand what a piece of it is doing the hard things that you just don't want to do. You love your girl, but you know you ain't gonna be what she wants, leave her, because you love her that much. Sometimes loving a relationship looks like loving yourself. Like Janae Aiko said, nigga, whatever how you pronounce that girl's name. I love myself for the both of us. I love myself enough to understand you ain't gonna be what I need, and I ain't gonna be, or I ain't gonna be what you need. So I'm just gonna leave because I hate to see you crumble, and I refuse to let myself crumble because we just not aligned. Some people don't love themselves enough to give themselves the experience or the wisdom to have good discernment, and when a relationship isn't for them, they just don't, and it sucks because it feels like I'm one of those people who do have it like that. And I'm blessed to be in there to always be open to experience some BS so I can tell a story. Oops, I didn't even touch my mic. To tell a story to show how I think. And now my homeboy is always talking to me about like these girls and these girls. I low-key just be telling them to leave them. I'm not gonna lie. I be like, do what you gotta do and just dip, bro. Cause it's never gonna be worth it. All these temporaries. If I ever do meet a girl, I'm gonna let y'all niggas know, and that's gonna be a milestone for me because I'm really thinking about it how I'm thinking about it. Like I'm really like like I'm really focused in my mindset, bro. I really am, and it'd be crazy if a girl comes across this video and she still wants to fuck with me. Crazy. I'm not an easy person to be with. I'm really not. And I'm a complex nigga, but I paint the picture for you so you see what you're getting with. I really do. I love God though. I really do. I mean, yeah, I love him, bro. I really do, and I need to start showing it much better, more consistently. My love for him is inconsistent as hell, bro. I lust, I lie. Well, not really. I don't really lie. I don't. I really don't. I don't really lie like that. But it could be better, always. But like I'll lust. Whether it be porn or like I talk about a girl, that's what I'm saying. Lust in general. I'm not gonna just say one specific thing. And I'll lust, right, and then like I'll go in and talk about how it's bad, like to lust, knowing full and well like it's bad to lust. Now I'm not secretive about it. I don't really know. I wouldn't even say okay. Some of y'all can call me hypocrite for that. Like that's cool. But I feel like the only difference between a hypocrite and me is that hypocrites hide it. I'm literally telling y'all I have a lustful problem, but I'm also telling you lust is bad. So yeah, man. I just don't really want to be with somebody and then they mess me up. Like I don't want to idolize my relationships at all. And I just think like a girl is gonna do that. I really do. Even if I'm not lustful, like I can understand how it is when you are with a girl, bro. You want it because, bro, nigga, men are protectors and providers. And I'm also the type of nigga. I'm the type of nigga to want the impossible. To have your cake and eat it too. You can't have it. It's so stupid, but you can't do that. You can just have it and appreciate for what it is, or see it for what it is, or you can eat it And you can that which is action, like that's doing something about it. But you can't do both because that comes to the equivalent exchange, bro. You're gonna gain or lose it, bro, if you make that decision. But when I'm in a relationship, like the last girl I was with, like I've always wanted to have my cake and eat it too. I've always wanted to appreciate her for what she was, but then I would always see her for what it. I would always see her for what she really was, and I had to like, could I do something about it or not? And when I did something about it, it would crumble because I'm trying to fix what should not be fixed by me. It's glad. I mean, I've been complimented a lot by having this mentality though. Not specifically the mentality, but specifically for having a grounds to stand on. A lot of niggas I be hearing don't have this mentality. Not my mentality specifically, but the mentality to have. Like I'm just gonna repeat myself. The mentality to have a firm moral ground, bro. To stand on something. You be seeing niggas with the most craziest girls ever. The niggas ain't got no morals. I love God though. Really do. I love him enough to like I may stay single for the rest of my life for God because I don't want to distract myself from him. I want all of my actions and my eternal investments to be for him, my career for him. I'm trying to be a marriage counselor. God favors marriages, but it doesn't necessarily encourage them because of idolization, right? But if I see the marriage could be something great, why would I want that to crumble? God hates divorces. I don't want people to get divorced. I want to be able to protect that marriage, to protect that covenant. I gotta shoot, yeah. Doing that for God though, not for these people. I want to make him proud. Yeah. Having a family and having a wife or not, like that's just a bonus. God ain't gonna look at that and be like, this is why you're gonna go to heaven. He might look at that and be like, you're a good husband. Like he may look at it that way, but he's not gonna check this off the box, like, oh yeah, you got married, you're gonna go to heaven. Like, no, he's not gonna do that because that's not marriage ain't that important. Jesus ain't had to do it. Why would I have to do it? What need would I feel to do that? This whole I'm dating to marry, like it doesn't make sense because you don't know if you're gonna get married. It's just infatuation with the desire of what you want. You're fantasizing with yourself. Oh, because this girl got her own little business. Because hey, trust me, I've been with girls who been having their own little businesses, and I be thinking, oh damn, she a little entrepreneur. I gotta marry this girl. She got some drive. A very aggressive video, but I hope y'all enjoyed that one. I like this one a lot. I don't even know if I'm gonna like edit it for real, but actually I do need to have it edited. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed that video. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know. I will see y'all later. Godspeed. God bless you all, and stay away from them. Stay away from them lying hoes. Always go to them honest hoes. Those are the best ones. And you always know what they're gonna do. Always.